How did the black man gain power in the first place? Not by playing the rules of the white man. You understand me? By building his own world and remember who he was. And the most important game that we gonna ever play, and the most important power game that we can ever play is that's building and producing a black family. Because it's the only institution on this planet that gives us power. Which is why when I'm looking at this video and the woman is proposing to the man. And a lot of y'all got it, seen a lot of men specifically. And then the women that I seen agree, they most likely was LGBT. They agreed with it. Oh, it's lovely. Love is love. I don't know who taught y'all what the hell love is love mean. It doesn't mean anything. That's like saying red is red. We know red is red. Doesn't mean anything. The reality is this. Love is duty and family is business. Love is duty and family is business. So if love is duty, then we, number one, because I don't care, and this is my thought process. Some of you all may think differently and may disagree with me on this particular point. I don't care who you love. That's none of my business. The way you feel inside about something, that ain't none of my business. You know that you can fall in love with anybody, that our brains, and we can have a chemical reaction and be hardwired, that there's a way to manipulate a person into falling in love with you. But true love is self-serving. You understand me? First, it's self-love. And that if we get into circumstances where a woman loves herself first, then she not go put herself in a position, you understand me, to take on the role of a man so that she can try to get a man's love. That don't even make sense. That's ass backwards. And in society, when we start to praise those things and we start to say they okay because we think that's progressive when really it's regressive. We think everything is progressive because we accept it. No, progressive is things that progress the family forward. Oh, well, they starting a black family. That ain't how we start black family. All black families ain't good for the black family. No, because then how is that man teaching the child? Who's going to be the alpha in the household? Then y'all want to destroy every construct and gender role. No, I definitely, absolutely believe in some gender roles. I'm not going to have my woman taking out the trash. When it comes to security, it's no way that a woman is going to take the role of the man in that particular order. I want her to be comfortable. I want her to be feminine. You understand me? I want her to be relaxed, to be within her nature. You know, and men nowadays want the woman to be the provider. You understand me? And so that be the issue, because bros be so weak that they want they woman to take care of them. And then they don't want nobody to say it. I'm looking at the pages of the brothers that agree with it. Man, maybe it's time that women finally, you know what I'm saying, see our value. Bro, you ain't even got no value that you exerting yourself. You ain't even taking care of your responsibilities on this planet Earth. So why would a woman even look at that and find value in it? The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan once said, he said, listen, you know, a woman can't do nothing for a man when a man has nothing for a woman to do. If you a know nothing having man, what you need a woman for? Because a woman is a multiplier of the things that she's given. So if you ain't got nothing, then you have no reason that you need a woman for in the first place. Sometimes women look for potential that they have in their mind, but that's not in the grind of the man. You can help enhance what a man is doing, but you can't produce his potential for him. You can't do that. You can't produce a man potential for him. Only a man can do that. He got to already be moving, and you can encourage him and help him move faster. He got to already have a plan, and you can help him with the details of producing the vision. But if he ain't got no plan, you gonna give him the plan and give him the push and do the work for him? You spoil that man and make him weak. You rob him of the adversity he needs to grow. And go keep learning the hard way. It's a reason that the marriages in the black community have the highest rate of divorce. Why you think that is? Because we don't know how to do family. If we knew how to do family and we were good at it, I wouldn't have a single criticism. If we were good at it, I wouldn't have a single criticism, but we not. So the way I'm looking at it, man, it's unfortunate because, it's a lot going on in the world. There is a war against masculinity. We do believe that hyper masculinity exists, but we don't believe in toxic masculinity. And if a person does believe in toxic masculinity, then they must also by default believe in what? Toxic femininity. Because every single thing in the universe has its polar opposite, and that cannot be denied. So, the way I be seeing it, it's sad because I don't like when men and when women that pacify their behavior but don't help them grow into becoming better men. And I've dealt with that, partners, brothers, people I've seen. You get with somebody, and because they just as bad as you, they not gonna push you to do anything better. They gonna make you feel good with your weaknesses. They gonna make you feel comfortable with your stagnation instead of pushing you, saying that, no, you can go harder. And that's the same, even if you're already doing a good job in life, a woman that challenges you to do more, to grow more, to be more, man, that's a different type of life. It is. Because she like, no, baby, listen, you doing good in your area. It's enough that I can congratulate you and things of that nature, but you should, go ahead and go harder. Go ahead and push more. Go ahead and produce more than results. Go ahead and continue to go lead more. They need you in this area. You can improve in this area, but you do it in a way to where it's like watering seeds. You're not kicking up dirt. It's like watering seeds. You ain't saying, nigga, get the fuck up. No, you're saying that, listen, let me go ahead and, it's nurturing. You might, give a head massage and then say it or something. I don't know, what I'm talking about? But the lost art of femininity and the lost art of masculinity is destroying our generation, man. We don't like confrontation. Men don't like confrontation no more. We don't like talking. We don't like speaking to each other. We get into this feminine thing. We just ignore each other. No, that ain't masculine. I'm sorry to tell you, but that ain't masculine behavior. Masculine behavior deals with diplomacy. Masculine behavior deals with things up front. Ain't afraid. Make the phone calls. Challenge life head on. That ain't masculine. Because otherwise, what you're doing is you're failing to the fears. I don't want to have that conversation. And then what that does is that means that now you don't have it to pour into your woman. She may be coming to you for the masculine perspective, but you don't have it. Now you can't tell her how to properly deal with things that may be going on at work. You understand me? Tell her things how she can handle things in logical manners because you have experience in the way that you move, in the way that you do things as well. But you can't give her that. So she can't even come to you for that. So she's lacking it now. It's like, damn, she ain't even got a leader in the household. So now she got to go outside her house for a real man conversation. So now she gonna be seeking a real man while she already in a relationship. But because she with a boy, she didn't realize she got a boy. So now she need a man in her life. And so she go seek and find that man, whether it's advice from somebody, some other source, some other man, some other direction. Now she trying to figure out how the hell to deal with you. Because now she realized she fell in love with a boy. And she don't know how to deal with it. And if she don't have other women in her life to give her the proper foundation and advice to how to deal with things, they're going to tell her how to deal with things or how other girls deal with it. Little girls deal with it. Well, lash out this way, ignore him this way. Go talk to his person. Go do this. So now you got little boys and girls together in a relationship and it never blossoms into anything mature to where these two people should ever come together and have a child. Because little boys and girls shouldn't be having children because they don't know how to raise boys and girls to become men and women. So the environmental factors that control us, the immaturity that we have in society when it comes to building the foundation of these relationships. That's why they end so violently the way that they do. The lack of encouragement that we find in these situations, the lack of learning how to help, the over incentives of people focusing on you. Ladies, y'all got a confidence that exists beyond anybody else's validation that society never tells you to tap into. It ain't about, oh, you a strong woman. It's just about you being a woman, period. Because a woman already is strong enough, just being a woman. You possess with the abilities to go through pain, to produce babies. You have a master intuition. You have a superior power within yourself. Saying you a strong woman is just comparing you to a weak woman. Saying you a woman is just comparing you to yourself. You just you and your nature. I don't have to walk around saying I'm a strong man. I'm a man. That's enough. But because of man's principles, he's supposed to already have strength. But men a lot of time, they don't even want no strength. They don't want no power. No, we just want to be emotional. We just want to feel everything. We don't want to take on responsibilities. That's why the brothers don't want the gender roles to exist as well, the same way women don't want. They don't want them to exist because who wants all that goddamn responsibility to act within your nature? Everybody wants to go against their nature. You telling me I got to actually defend myself? That I got to speak up for myself? That I got to use my mind that, wait a minute, part of manhood is my ability to be able to produce income for myself? So if I'm judging myself by those standards, damn, am I a man? And nobody wants to come face to face with that rationale that they not actually producing the reality that they actually speak on. You can say you are who you are. That don't mean nothing. You got to do it. It's the actions that determine who you are. The thoughts are the precept to the concept of becoming a man. But if they never produce in reality, then they never become a reality. But who's having a conversation with the culture on how to be men and women? And making money don't make you a man and woman. That just means your mind working in some particular aspect. That's all that means. So we got work to do. We got a whole lot of work to do. We got a whole lot of getting back to the principles of what it means to be masculine and feminine, and we don't know why it don't work for us. We've allowed social media to validate a sense of freedom. And then we say, well, shit, now that I have social media in my life, you have to accept the way I use, validate, see myself through social media because somebody told, well, I'm going to tell you this. This is the greatest trick that has fucked up a lot of women's head. Same thing I'm going to tell you about you brothers. Somebody told women that being free meant posting on social media. There is no correlation to your freedom, your expression of self, and social media. It has nothing whatsoever to do with you being free. Nothing whatsoever. You can post all the ass and titties you want to in the world. It has nothing to do with you being free. It has nothing to do with it. It's actually the opposite because you are working to be seen and validated by other people's thoughts that control the way you feel about yourself. It's the want and the need for attention that makes you a slave rather than an actual free woman. You can walk around naked every single day in your crib and be free. The correlation between you being naked and the world seeing you be naked has nothing to do with the two. Besides the fact that you seek something for a reason. And we validate it with all of the illogics in the world. But these two have nothing to do with each other. That's just the facts. And since men are judged by what they have, men always want to show what they have. So if we change the society to where men are not just judged by what they have, his ability to produce, but judged by his character and who he is, then he would act to show more of his character than the things that he have. But since he's judged more on his possessions, his material possessions and his immaterial possessions, his soul, his spirit, his character, his heart, his mind, his ethics, his morals, his principles, his values, his missions, his visions, his goal. You understand me? His faith, his belief system, That's not the things that men are being judged and picked upon by beautiful women that men find attractive. So therefore, he has to, all right, well, shit, I could have those things, but that's not what they coming to me for. Because I can have the greatest morals on the planet Earth. I can be the most respecting man on the planet Earth. But if bruh driving the goddamn Bentley, shit, I'm not seen. So let me show the things I have. Because guess what? If who I am doesn't attract the beautiful women, then what I have I'm going to use to attract the beautiful women. And this is how society plays us against each other, because these things have nothing to do with the longevity of a relationship. It has everything to do with the lustful connection that we build. Yeah, it can bring y'all together, but it can't hold y'all together. That's the difference. It can bring you together, but it can't hold you together. What holds you together is the foundation of who y'all truly are. Y'all characters matching and becoming better. You know, I also realize this. Social media has given a lot of men platforms that otherwise would not have had the access, right, to women. And the thing about this is that when you can be 25 or 30 years old, and this is the first time that women are pulling themselves to you in droves and your options have opened up, you have an immaturity and a lack of experience for these situations. So when you get around other men who have a natural quality of confidence about themselves because they've lived their whole lives with the opposite sex attracted to them because of who they are, the energy that they have, the alpha energy that they possess, there's always going to be a disconnect. There's going to be an envy. There's going to be jealousy. There's going to be insecurities that arrive. Because you realize that, damn, this social media shit is different than what hit in real life. This person's character outweighs all of my trinkets and all of my success stories. Because, yeah, a woman will go with a man that, you know, he may entice her because he may be able to produce more things for her. But she's always going to want that man that she's naturally attracted to because he that God spirit. You know what I'm saying? She gonna always see him as higher than the man that she's with. That's just a reality. Whether she's gonna sleep with him or do anything regardless, she's always gonna understand the different levels of men. She's still gonna know that. That's just a fact. She might be with you, but she know that you ain't that quality of a man. She's gonna want you to become that. She's gonna work and try to work and mold you into that, but she knows what she's got, but you provide her security. And she know it ain't no security over there. So what you want to do as a man is work to become those things yourself and never get comfortable with your standards of value. See, as men, we get comfortable. Well, I can provide, I can do this, so I'm comfortable. No, continue to rise. Continue to grow. Continue to become more and more and more. Not for her, but for yourself. Because anything you do for somebody else, the moment you lose the connection with them, you stop doing it for yourself. You stop doing it because you was doing it for the wrong reasons. But if you do it for me, if the growth is for you, then that's something you can maintain regardless of the relationships that you have, because you still got a relationship with yourself. And that's the reality. So we got a lot that we got to work on when it comes to, you know, each other, when it comes to, you know, seeing ourselves and scaling back on how we go build, you know, these relationships and how we gonna grow. You understand me? And I be speaking to myself when I be speaking on here. I ain't speaking from a place of the all perfection. I don't know that. I know coming from a place where I didn't have all of the gang growing up and I had to continuously and consistently learn myself. So I know that having these conversations with the culture is pivotal, because these are not things that's in your environment. These are not things that's constantly in your environment. You know what I'm talking about? So the things that I see in society, I'm going to always speak on. That's my promise. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to always speak on the things that I feel like are ill in society. There's always going to be somebody offended by it. There's always going to be somebody who don't like it. But it is what it is. Because if the truth fits, as they say, wear it. You understand me? And if the truth makes you uncomfortable, change positions. Don't try to make yourself, you understand me, comfortable in the lie. Try to make yourself comfortable in the truth. So it's always a battle of truth versus falsehood. You understand me? So sometimes we do need to be shamed, right? And then sometimes we have to be strategic in how we go about producing the gratitude from seeing our people, you understand me, create success in a way that they create success. And this movement of financial literacy, financial freedom, you understand me? This is a movement that's continuing to grow. And if we continue to positively push this in the right manner, it can balloon to become great. It won't become a bubble to where it was something we focused on for a minute, it died out. Because what we produce in this wealth for in the first place is to produce a family.